gotta try to do this. Daphne, of course, has that nasty speedometer. It works, and I just priced them on odometer. Nah, we're not gonna be doing $400 speedometers. We're also not going to be doing the Holley EFI speedometer because that thing barely works, or maybe I'm doing it wrong or something, but I don't have any good light over here. But this is what's in here, and it works, but boy, it's way off. I mean, so I've done a lot of speedometer work on British cars, so I was thinking, I think in Upper Sanctum there, I have the original speedometer for Daphne. Yeah, I know. It's too hot to mess around out here right now. See, I do all kind of work. So, oh, there's some BMW stuff. I'm gonna put that stuff back on. Ooh, nice and hot up here. There's all the BMW mess and siding, and I think up here, oh, breathless. Original Spitfire parts. I don't think it's over here. Voltage regulators of all stripes. This, my friends, is the original Jaguar cooling. It's a joke. But anyway, Austin Healey, Spitfire, where's that speedometer? The old tail shaft off the Healey. Original lenses off the TR4. Generators, starters, that big dumb extension you take off TR4s, some Harley Davidson stuff, carbon canisters, U-joints. Maybe it's not up here. Let's see if we can get out of this place. All right, I know. Oh, I think I know where it might be. Because I was trying to get all Daphne's stuff together. Her original heater's up there. Oh, maybe it's in this box right here. Walked right past it. Silly me. Maybe this year Daphne will get to wear her wreath. I put it on last year and then axle broke. Well, that's a British thing. That's certainly not it. That's British. I think I gotta find that thing. Okay, I found it. So let's go up there and oh, I gotta go get my fancy tools to work on that, because that's like working on a clock. So I found some other stuff. So you need this. You need this thing right here. This kit right here. Okay, let's get back up to the house. My goodness. I found a bunch of, I think I want to dedicate this to one hand. So this has those lights that light up from the sides. If nothing else, we'll see what we can do. So I'm going to put a drill on it. There's all my other key switches. And there's my green hat. I found this too, which I'm glad to find. Maybe I can make her not look so crazy in the steering wheel department. Okay, this is locked. Okay, let's go back up the house. Now if I can get this to work, it'll be a miracle. But I got my workbench going. So I'm sitting here and at my desk, and at my little desk annex right here, which is my little coffee table. So we're going to go in and see what we can find. Try not to do too much damage. So I have no idea if it works or not, but we're going to try that. What I do is, let's see if I can see down in there. I'm going to try to turn it with something. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see in a second. Alright, now here's one of the tips I found in my little kit. that fits into the back of the speedometer here. So I'm going to have to do this kind of, and this has to go anti-clockwise. And we're going to see if this thing even works. And even if it does, I'm going to take it apart and clean it. Okay, you ready? Are we doing the right way? Okay. All right, here we go. Amazing. I did not think that would work. Well, let's go in, find out, and just clean it up and oil it. It looks like a beaver has been chewing on that thing. We got to get the face off of it, and you got to get these screws out right here, and then it comes out the front. So, wow, what machine put that together? And I don't know. Guess I'm going to get a screwdriver and try to pry it off and clean it up some. It's a little nerve-wracking. Let me go over and get the zip, that's for sure. So I got the bezel off. That sort of just pulls off. And that crimped edge is what holds the glass in. So let's go get some cleaner. I'm glad I got those cloths down there, right? Well, let's see how long that took. That took me about 15 minutes to get this thing to where I got it off. Don't want to break that glass. Whew, what a horrible pain that was. That is some thick, thick glass. Hang on a second here. I don't have any idea how it's in there. Maybe I ought to have some safety glasses on or something. Well, let me see if I can get it out. I'll explain it to you. Good golly. But it's going to be good, I think. Maybe I can get the odometer back to zeros. What do you reckon? What's it say? 61,440. My senses are telling me somebody tried to do this and they gave up. But I think I just cracked the code here. Hopefully I won't crack the glass. So, I'm just very carefully... Look at all the gaskets on that thing. So, there's what it looks like in the raw. I'm going to take a picture of that. I think that'll be my cover picture. And that is just covered with gunk. So, I mean, just like... No telling what's on that thing. So now we can take the screws out of the back and bring it out and lubricate and clean and lubricate. Kind of glad that tab's there, keeps us from rolling over. Yes, sir. I had my safety glasses on. All right, let's keep moving. Before I clean it, that's how dirty that glass is. It's dirty on both sides. And I think there's some paint overspray. So, because it's on there hard, so it's very dirty. So, yeah, I'm watching more air conditioning stuff. So, dirty. Alright, so I've marked the 60 mile an hour measurement right here to this screw. So I'll put it on the body because sometimes that matters. Look how crusty that stuff is. It's going to be a joy to get this out. All that. See, it looks like broken glass, but it's not. It's just this stuff that's chalking up. This, I guess lens would be the word to use. You can see there how torn up it is. Well, we are ready. Now there's some history of you don't touch any of this because the oils on your fingers mess them up or something. I think that was later on, but there's still something. Oh, there's another bezel there to take out. Okay, I got you. I had to go around the little sandwich right here with this lovely chieftain tool here, the chief. So let's take this bezel off. I guess trying to preserve the gasket. I can't believe that gasket was just not crumbling to bits here. All right, I'm trying. All right. Ooh, you stay there. So there's that. I'm gonna go down and get some 4/0 steel wool. I'm gonna do some polishing here. All right, but here's the money shot. Look how simple that is. Now I can probably calibrate this thing. Y'all have Waze on your phones? I don't, because I found it to be just entirely too, I'll get some gloves too, entirely too invasive on my phone. So if I get this thing to fall apart, I'm in big trouble. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my little micro oiler and some steel wool, and I am not going to touch that face. I'm not going to pull that pin, the needle. All I'm going to do is try to get some oil up in it, and I've got just the thing. So let me run back down to the shop. So I ain't doing this, the shop's too concern hot. Wouldn't have done it down there anyway. So what else is in here? We got to get rid of this stuff, because that stuff there is just... Wait a second. I think I want to do this over the trash can. So let's see what we can do here. Yeah, there's a little lip there. That stuff's just crumbling all down in the trash can. All right, let's get this thing. This thing will hurt you. Ask Dan Man, he'll tell you. I'll never forget that night. It was crazy. All right. It's sort of just pressed in there. You see those little tabs? I'm going to try to get that out of there. And looks like it had some green tint to it at one time. So from 1957. Okay, what do I want to get? Some 4/0 steel wool and some oil. I want to get this thing out here. I don't want these little bits in there all the time. Okay, see, it's in there like a card. They just sort of stuck it in there, and it was once green. I don't know. I'm not going to try to save it, but I just kind of wanted to see it. They just stuffed it in there around this thing. What a wild setup. Well, they went to a lot of trouble back then to do stuff, didn't they? I got to think of a way to get light in here, but I don't think it's going to be too hard. I can use these windows. That thing is actually, this thing I'm bending up here is actually tack welded. That's a tack weld right there. Amazing. Okay, so there it is. Not salvageable in any way. I bet it was a beautiful thing to look at with incandescent light and all that other stuff, but you see any reason in keeping that? I'll probably throw it in the box, just as memory. I don't see any reason in throwing it away. So there you go. Pretty generic thing. Well, let me go down there and get the oil and the stuff. Right back. I got a wire brush to clean the threads there. That's pretty gummy. Spider webs inside there. Cool. I got some glass polish. I've been using that a long time. And I decided to get some liquid graphite instead of oil. And I got some 4/0 steel wool. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Not really much to see, but where the arm comes through there, put a little oil right there. I know you can't see it. You'll see it. Stem goes from stem to stern. I would be kind of careful with this stuff. And we're going to make this thing work outside the, I'll put it on low, the drill, and lock it. And then we'll just stick this thing on there and see how that works. Let's clean up some though in oil. I do wish I, oh, I gotta go get a glove, that's right. I'm gonna mess with this odometer, who cares? It's been sitting in a box for 15 years. The glass is pitted, but it's better. I mean, I use polish, steel wool 4.0, 4 alt spot, and it's just something on there. It's just pitted or something, so that's as good as that's gonna get. I can't do any more. I don't know, just old glass, I guess. I don't know, but there's nothing bumpy. It's all concave, so that's gonna be it for the glass, right there. I love those little birds, cute. Well, that polished up real nice. Let me get that back on. That polished up nicely. The glass is as good as it's going to get. I cleaned all the other parts, and I'm getting ready to oil this thing. I thought you'd want to see that happening, so let me set up, and we'll see what I can do. Okay, I got the wire brush and cleaned the threads off. Let's get the spider webs out of there. Okay, ooh, there's Hummingbird. Okay, he just went away. Saw that on another video. Okay, so let me show you where I'm going to go with this. Whenever you got lockies, shake it up a little bit. So I'm going to put some, about to lose the battery. Let me change the battery. Okay, so I got the lockies ready to go. We're going to put it right down where the cable goes in. We're going to put some right here. Guess I'll just leave that line. See that little spindle going through the face right here? So we're going to do that. I'm going to do that over here if you don't mind. Okay. And so that should be good there. There is a gear right here, a spindle right there. Okay. And there's one right there. Okay. And we're going to put some on the inside right here. Okay, and we're going to put some right there because that's where a gear drive is too. It's right there. It soaked it right in, that spindle right there. I'm not going to put anything down inside the magnet. I think that's a magnet driven thing, or it's got some kind of, yeah, it's got that return spring, just like a return spring on a watch. I'm probably going to leave that alone because I don't want to get it on the numbers. But see that worm gear right there? See if I can do all of this at the same time. So we're going to get some in that worm gear, and it'll trickle down to that worm gear that goes behind the face right there. What have I got here to point with? I got lead. So right there, you can't get with that. I'm not taking the face off right here. Nothing up there. There's that little spring. Oop. And then down in that thing. And right there. And I think, oh yeah, I think I got those. Yeah, I did. Look at that. It's kind of set up to put, I see the holes here. It's set up to put something on the other side. A trip set, I guess, if you got fancy. If you're a fancy fella. Well, let's see if we can get this to spin over. And then we'll see about doing something about the odometer. I guess I could run it for 400 hours and get it back to 0. But I thought 0 would be fun, especially since I've done all this work. And I wish that would settle back down to 0. It is. You hear it hitting? So whatever it is hitting, that is 0. Close enough. I'm so tempted to try to clean those numbers, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I might just wipe them right smack off of there and it has the patina just like the old girl has, eh? So let's set up and spin her a bait. It's a little bit more over there than I thought it was going to be. Okay, well, that's okay. So this is set on low, and we're going to, low ain't too low, is it? Well, it's kind of loud, sorry. She don't lock. All right, she don't lock then. All right, so here we go. Let's just see here. All right. She's not exactly steady Nelly, is she? I don't care. I want her back in there. So I think that's all we can do. Let me go get my gloves like I've been talking about. See about doing something here. Cleaning up. Okay. Well, I've been spinning and spinning, and I can't get it to move. It looks like it's been on that number for a very long time. And I've been running it with the drill, and the 10th things don't move. Tempted to drive the pin out, and because it doesn't work anyway. So I guess that's why they took it out of service, is because of the odometer, not the speedometer. I'd rather it be that way around. So I can't move it with my hand, so I'm going to just work on it. So my thinking is, looking at this, is that you can drive that pin out if you take out that little brass L-shaped thing right there. I think that's just a little clamper holds that thing on there, and maybe I can get them things spin around to zeros or something. Just something better than what it's been on, because those are baked. I'd rather it look a little sharper than that. Alright, let's find out if that little clip right there is the answer. I think I need to kind of get some of this sandy material out of here. Sandy Barbie. Well, that's certainly it. I'm just going to let you know how this works out, okay? I need to be concentrating and thinking about what I'm doing here. Well, there it is moving around. Do not want to take that face off. The gunk pouring out of this is unreal. So I just took the 2 screws off the face, and I got this thing out of its little protected place there, and I can spin them around now with my fingers. I've given up on touching them and not touching them, but I'm just going to try to get it on some other kind of mileage and just stick it back together. But I did find where the gear, the drive gear there is missing, is the teeth are falling out of it. So I don't have anything magnetic here, do I? Well, you can see right there. Here, I'll just put the flashlight in my mouth. There's a tooth right there out of it. So I'm just going to move it around, not worry about it. There's nothing to worry about. It's all over for this thing. These little catches have come out, but they go on that little catch down there, whatever that is about. Okay. At least I did something. I mean, did all I could do with something that's busted. I gotta get the foot different there. Okay. Okay, I got her loose. There she is right there. Maybe I could put a little sign that says, "Now what makes you think my mileage is down here?" I actually did have a phone that I typed that on there. It said, "What makes you think my number's down here?" So there you go. Reminds me of college. took my speedometer out of my MG Midget in college, and somebody got hold of it. I thought somebody stole it, and all the guys were passing it around and spinning it until it got back to zero. Took them a couple of weeks, but they did it, and they were trying to surprise me. But what a bunch of sweet guys, huh? Ooh, that's kind of like tape or something. Well, we'll have some fun. Okay, I got nice newer looking numbers there anyway, and got it all back together, and we'll do our best to just put it back together now. That looks a whole lot better. Alrighty, we're going back together. It's not going to be nearly as messy, and I'm looking forward to seeing it in there. Alrighty, so I've got it all put back together and sort of laced over a little bit, crimped over, I guess is the way to put it. And there's that nice new shiny part there. And we look like that. That ain't too shabby. God damn. This thing is many years older than I am. And I've been impressed. No wonder GM did so well in its era, because that's just really something. Okay, well, let me set my CamBot back up on a little tripod, and we'll give it one more run and say goodbye. Much better. I'm glad I didn't touch those numbers. Those look cool. So, okay, and it just slips on there. I need both hands to do that. Now that I got it all back together again, I'm a little nervy about anything going wrong with it, because that's just so much better. Alright, I'm not going to worry too much about, you know what I could do. Here you go, check this out. So here's what the light's going to look like. So there you go. So I'm just putting the light down in there. Well, that's kind of bright, isn't it? The other side kind of flutters a little bit, but I think that that would be kind of cool. So get some kind of mini rope light or something. I don't think it matters. It's going to be okay. I can tape off, all these holes and just put a little incandescent, right there or something. I don't know. We'll see about that. Okay, this is our last shot, so let's make it count. Let's see if it still works. See the red light on the camera there reflecting in. Okay. Okay, ready? That is an annoying drill sound, isn't it? Alright, that's it. Alright, so I appreciate you watching. I can't wait to put that in. I've got all those other gauges coming. I'm going to do all of it at the same time, of course. No black goo pouring out of it like was a minute ago. And that's all. That's all there is. There ain't no more. It's all gone. So that's just much better. And I'm going to like that much better than that cheap thing. And I'm going to like it a dang sight better than $350 or $500 for the Holley EFI thing with the antenna, the blah, 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 blah. That barely works on the Spitfire. And it must have, I don't know, 100 miles on it. So anyway, that's going to look cool. And it's going to look so much better with all new kind of matching gauges. So remember, the other side's just the two big gauges. One, I'll show you when we get down there. I kind of would like to put that blank plate back in there, but I don't think I will. I like my clock too much. Okay, that's it for now. Thumbs up, subscribe, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Wow. Interesting stuff.